Всем доброго времени суток, с вами снова я, Внючек. Сегодня мы продолжаем наше путешествие в мире Хогвартс. Загружаемся. Надо вспоминать, что мы там делали. Меня там не было больше 2 недель. Так. Мы зачем-то сюда прибыли. Зал картографии. На Q вернуться. С Себастьяном. Ключ один остался. Луны. Так, а сюда-то я зачем пришел? Ну я не помню, ладно. Давайте. Зелье невидимости и грозовой напиток у меня есть с собой, нет? Нет. Он даже не разблокирован. Понятно. Значит, мы идем в Хогсмит. Я не видел это задание. Стоп. Оплакивающие печенье. Так, ну сначала мы сюда, затем зачем мы пришли.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Do let me know if I can be of any assistance at all. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Так, гоблин.
Don't you fret, Biscuit. I shall sort something out.
Hello? Is something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious moon calf, Biscuit, was abducted by poachers up north. All the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your moon calf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my poor Biscuit. I can only hope she's able to escape.
Why do you suppose the poachers took Biscuit?
I have no idea. Mooncalf dung's highly valuable for fertilizing magical plants. But I cannot imagine poachers care much about gardening. Who knows what they'll do to her? She could be flogged, skinned, gutted and stuffed. I assume. Oh, Biscuit.
A moon calf is an unusual pet. Why did you choose Biscuit?
She followed me one evening, wouldn't leave my side. Never thought I was one for a pet of any kind. But now I can't imagine life without her. Mooncalves are often thought of as silly, simple-minded creatures. But I've seen great depth of character in Biscuit. I wouldn't trade her for a hippogriff or a hippopotamus, or even a goose that lays golden eggs.
I'll keep an eye out for your moon calf, Garniff.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If you do see her and can bring her safely home to me, I promise to reward you for your efforts. Do keep an eye out for her, and be careful out there. Poachers are an unscrupulous lot.
I should try and rescue Garliff's mooncalf. Sounds as if I'd need to head north to find those poachers.
Что там? В этом, что ли? В запретном лесу. Так. Пойдем
Upper
еще с ней
Hogsfield has been
поговорим.
terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. Simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Baldolph and I grew up here. No,
Почему
we are standing
что-то со
firm.
звуком не то? Или это только у
Once my
меня?
brother returns, then we shall decide what to do next.
Как-то он
He's gone to
заглушился,
seek
нет?
Victor Rookwood's advice.
А, все.
I didn't approve of that idea, but perhaps in the end it will help.
I am unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Блин, сколько заданий, сколько заданий. Ладно, пошлите. Гоблинам наваляем, это мы всегда за.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
How nice of you to stop by. I have a brother who works at Gringotts. Couldn't
One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Wizards are running scared, as they should be.
Ну-ка.
Yes!
I will make you pay. I won't rest. One less human such out of woman's No! I will make you pay.
Incendio!
I won't rest. Dead.
only have Ranrock to blame.
Так, ага, все, вернуться. Что там еще есть? Ой, заданий-то.
One camp down, one more to go.
Чем мы вон в этом разучим авада кедавру, и вообще вам мало не покажется.
How nice of you to stop by.
The wizards will have no choice but to submit to us. That was unimpressive.
I grab
Potato!
I should have been. You're so very weak.
How nice of you. Such arrogance.
Incendio! Confringo!
I won't rest. Dead.
Expelliarmus!
На.
I will make you.
Confringo!
Stop avoiding me.
Да отвяжитесь вы от меня.
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Oh, you think you're so clever.
Both camps cleared. Madam Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
Хорошо питаются. А чё бы нет?
Revelio.
Я бы также хотел. Стол полный еды.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
I do miss the bustle of business. Poor customers, afraid to venture out.
Hello, Madam Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sincerely.
Revelio. This looks intriguing.
No.
Так, ну что мы? Сюда.
Nothing like being young.
Да, я молодой, могу летать. Завидуй молча. А. Умерское болото.
Poachers. Garniff was right then. I'd better be careful.
Thought you had me there. Incendio. Let's play. How does that? Incendio.
Take up head in the clouds!
Rookwoods don't go down easy. Confringo. Protego. Incendio. Glacius. Confringo. 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 I thought you'd at least hold your own.
Что я?
Incendio.
Reducto!
Confringo. Protego.
You haven't got a prayer!
Confringo.
You're putting me to sleep! Careful not to get...
На. Что выпусти?
Incendio.
Reducto!
Confringo. Confringo. Incendio. Reducto. Confringo. Depulso. So close. Reducto. Reducto. Glacius. Reducto. Reducto. Depulso. Incendio. Confringo. You're not going to Confringo. Incendio. Now you're just getting on my nerves. Was that meant to be an attack of some sort? Incendio. Incendio. No one takes one of my own. It's the tell of it. Confringo. Protego. Depulso. Confringo. Incendio.
Бабаки.
Revelio. Hello, Hamura.
Now then, which one of you is Biscuit?
Glacius.
All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garniff, shall we?
Revelio.
Нельзя, да. Нельзя с неба. Ой, с земли. Так, а нафига мы летим, если мы можем сделать поумнее? Фоксмит. Нам вот сюда.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue power.
Oh, my dear Biscuit.
Да, да.
Garneth, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
В
Biscuit
порядке.
is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy. Where poachers are concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I'm glad she's safe now. I'm sure she'll be happy to go home.
Oh, that is a great weight off my mind. Oh, my sweet little Biscuit, my wise, noble moon calf. And here is your reward, of course. Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
Да, мы хорошие волшебники. Екс. Давайте поговорим. Теперь нам в Хогвартс. Мы сегодня точно не будем выполнять задание картографии.
Deke would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you wanted to tell me more about the loom.
Ah, hello. Yes, about that, Deke has had a thought. He... Oh, seems the room thinks you need more space for your beasts. As Deke was saying, he's had a thought. Now, Deke knows how you can test the item of clothing that you enhanced in the enchanted loom. And perhaps help an old friend in the process.
What do you mean?
A house elf named Tobbs works for his master retrieving leech juice in a cave near Hogwarts. Tobbs' master doesn't let him leave the cave, and Deke knows the cave is infested with spiders.
That sounds awful.
It is. Deke hasn't heard from his friend for a while now. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs.
I understand. Leave it to me, Deke. I'll find Tobbs for you.
Oh, thank you. Please let Deke know what you learn about Deke's old friend.
Вау, я тут точно ни разу не был.
Revelio.
Блин, как это классно. Живите тут. Так, да. Ну что теперь у нас? Так, давайте по заданиям. чеснок. Потом шарп. Да, нам.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Perhaps a hybrid.
I've finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlick.
Wonderful! I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots. Wonderfully done. If you'd like to you're welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Just mind the plants, please.
Flipendo.
Look at that. You're a natural.
Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames.
That sounds lovely. All the sights and bustle of a city.
To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home. Mind you, it did take some time, and whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, we each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing bulb. And we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. Oh, I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. You can imagine how astonished I was to receive my letter from Hogwarts. I spent a good deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here.
It does take a while to adjust to being here.
Precisely, and I was remarkably fortunate. In fact, a 7th year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
Was it Sirona Ryan?
It was indeed. How on earth did you know that?
Sirona has been a good friend to me as well. In fact, I retrieved a box of letters from Mrs. Sprottle for her.
Oh, darling Mrs. Sprottle. She was always astonished I knew as much magic as I did, being Muggle-born. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
Не знаю, у нас дружба в школе. Ага.
Doing well, thanks to you.
Глотку не перегрызли, и на том спасибо. Да. Так, а теперь. Теперь. Да, я чуть-чуть не туда посмотрел. Хотя мы были близко. Боятся меня как тараканы.
Have you finished your assignments?
Да.
I finished the tasks, Professor.
Well, well. I trust you are meticulous in your efforts. After all, shortcuts only ever lead to shortcomings.
Yes, sir, of course.
Good. Ordinarily, I'd say it's not my concern either way, but you... I want to make sure you're well prepared. Talent and resolve are a potent combination. It would be a shame to let that go to waste.
Thank you, Professor.
Don't let it go to your head. Now, let's see how you fare with Diffindo. Wand at the ready.
Блин, он мне напоминает этого
Diffindo can
Снейпа.
be dangerous if you're not paying attention. Very good. It seems you have a grasp on Diffindo. I would encourage you once again to practice here in the classroom. And that of everyone else. It's a pleasure to have a student who actually heeds instruction.
Поговорим.
Professor Sharp, do you have a moment?
Depends on how you intend to use it.
I saw an aura badge on your desk and was wondering if you could tell me more about your time as an aura.
Observant. I suppose I could indulge you for a moment. Spent years tracking down reprobates who dealt in artifacts of dark magic origin.
That seems a bit more dangerous than teaching potions.
Often, yes. Though I've seen some remarkably creative concoctions brewed in my class. I enjoyed a great deal of success as an aura. However, success can make one complacent if one's confidence is not tempered by humility. One overstep in battle changed everything.
May I ask what happened?
Yes, well, I suppose it's a matter of record. My partner and I had tracked a suspect to a harbor in Scarborough, trying to smuggle shrunken heads of all things. I had deduced that he was working alone. I was mistaken, and they knew we were coming. From the moment we stepped onto the ship, well, I barely escaped with my life. My partner wasn't so lucky.
I suppose being an aura is dreadfully dangerous. I'm sorry.
It is at that. But survival is not guaranteed for any of us. Pay attention. And not just within my class. This is what I must impress upon you all. A potion and a poison may be a mere breath apart, until you consume the wrong one.
Well said, Professor. Protego! Diffindo!
As I mentioned earlier, Diffindo can be versatile but dangerous. Good to see you continuing to practice.
Так, а теперь... Неинтересно, неинтересно. Вот оно. Кстати, понятия не имею, где гостиная Слизерина, поэтому пойдемте.
Revelio.
Сразу так цвет, да, изменился. Мои денежки.
Revelio.
А, даже так. А сюда меня пустят?
Revelio.
А мы знаем, а мы знаем. Никто, да, не знает? Что это значит? Змея на раковине в туалетной. А мы знаем.
You're here. Brilliant.
Что, говорить хочешь?
I received your owl. What happened with Ominous?
I told him none of us will be able to avoid dark magic forever. So the more we know about Salazar Slytherin and the dark arts, the better prepared we'll be. Unfortunately, only a Gaunt knows the location of the Scriptorium's entrance, and Ominous won't tell me.
Perhaps I should have a chat with Ominous.
You? I suppose it's worth a try. But don't get your hopes up. Ominous is annoyingly stubborn. Nothing new. I know where he is. I'll lead you to him and then leave you to it. Come on. He's this way.
Пошлите.
Keep an eye out. Never know who's watching. Although that hasn't stopped us before.
Strictly speaking, it has. We were caught.
Damned poltergeist. Such a nuisance. There he is. Good luck.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Ominous. Do you have a moment?
What is it? What have you and Sebastian been up to now?
I owe you an apology, Ominous. I wasn't honest with you before about the Undercroft. Sebastian did show it to me. He wanted me to have a safe place to practice some spells, to try and catch up to the other fifth years. He didn't think you'd mind.
I suppose that makes sense. It's just Sebastian's been pestering me lately about something and I'm frustrated with him.
Don't tell me he's still going on about, what was it, a scriptorium?
He told you about that.
He did. We were talking about Hogwarts founders and he mentioned it. Wouldn't say much more, though.
Yes, well, he seems to think it contains the answer to saving Anne. I think it's likely full of dark magic that is better left untouched.
Wait, you've never been inside?
Of course not. I only know about it because of my favorite aunt, Noctua. She thought like I do. Didn't agree with the family on the use of dark magic. In fact, she'd hoped to convince my family that there was more to Salazar Slytherin than worshipping pureblood status. She'd heard of this scriptorium and thought its contents might shed some light on him. She even found the secret entrance in this very corridor. She wrote regularly to my father about her efforts to gain access, and then she simply vanished. No one else ever tried to enter.
That's a bit unnerving. I suppose even if it might lead to answers about what happened to your aunt, it does pose a risk.
Aunt Noctua went down this path with good intentions and lost her life. I don't want the same to happen again.
You don't know that history will repeat itself. Besides, you said your aunt thought like you. This could honor her memory.
Yeah.
Get you answers about Slytherin and Sebastian answers for Anne.
Говорит.
Your aunt pursued this alone. We could do it together.
I see what you've done here, and I confess, you've convinced me. I didn't think it possible. Very well. I shall tell you what I know. Fetch Sebastian, I'll wait.
Я вам что здесь, на
We
побегушках?
don't regret this.
Sebastian, over here.
Вы чё, блин?
These braziers grant access to the scriptorium.
Now you'll share? You wouldn't tell me when I practically begged.
It wasn't you who told me what I needed to hear. Opening the entrance for
Something's happening.
I hope we're ready for this.
Dark, ominous corridors. My favorite.
No comment.
Come on.
Revelio.
The journal entry, signed by Noctua Gaunt.
Gaunt? Ominous. Your family was...
Reparo.
She was my aunt.
The rubble formed a relief of a person facing a snake.
That must be the voice I hear. The voice is ancient, sinister.
You hear a voice?
It started when you repaired that relief. I hear a whisper saying, "Speak to me." I'm a parcel mouth. I can hear and speak to snakes. Nearly all known parcel mouths are descended from Salazar Slytherin.
I'd like to be able to talk to snakes.
You might not want the ability to speak parcel tongue. It's often associated with dark wizards. I haven't spoken it in ages, but I'd wager if I speak it now, the door will open. I'm hoping you're having second thoughts.
Believe me, I am having thoughts, but I'm still convinced we should go ahead.
It's ironic. When I left home, I vowed to leave the dark arts behind, and yet here I am. Stand back. I can't believe I'm doing this.
It worked! Ominous. You possess a rare ability indeed.
Between the two of you, I'm starting to feel left out.
Between the two of us?
Never mind.
Revelio.
There's no clear way forward.
Like a maze.
Confringo.
Salazar Slytherin most likely wanted this to be difficult to solve.
Revelio.
The door we came from, it closed. And there's more than one gate ahead.
Then look closely at each gate for clues.
Confringo.
The dial requires focus.
Aunt Noctua said the same. It may take practice to solve it. That didn't sound good.
Salazar Slytherin didn't make this easy.
Блин, я забыл, что тут
This
делать.
journal entry, it mentions getting lost and being unwelcome.
Poor Aunt Noctua.
Revelio.
Нужно сложить вот это со змеей, а чтобы вот тут открыть, нужно сложить.
Lumos.
Фигнюшку с обратной А.
Matching the symbols did open it.
Was about to do that myself. But you got to
Revelio.
it first. Nice work.
Lumos.
We've got more to solve ahead.
Search each corridor. It may not be obvious which leads where.
Noctua references painful and arduous challenges, but also rewards.
Painful.
Revelio.
That's the part I'm wary of.
All I heard was rewards. Keep going.
Так, буква С перевернутая и змея.
Another gate.
Seems Slytherin like to play games.
Must run in the family.
Look in a mirror, Sebastian. That sounded promising.
Another dial solved.
Impressive. Nice work.
Revelio. Defender. Lumos.
Так, а сюда у нас что? Это и буква А. Рыбка и буква А.
Confringo.
Another welcoming sort, was he? Excellent work. We're another step closer to the scriptorium.
Ominous, your aunt wanted to change your family's traditions.
She did, and she was my favorite person in the world for it.
I spotted something ahead.
Revelio.
It's troubling.
This whole place is troubling, but for my aunt's sake, we cannot stop now.
Lumos.
Спать не блокировать.
The gate! I think we're locked in. Again.
Then Salazar Slytherin is not yet finished with us.
Ominous. A skeleton. And Noctua's last journal entry. She mentions being trapped here, blocked by an unforgivable curse.
This is where she died. This is where we'll die. I shouldn't have listened to either of you.
Ominous, I'm truly sorry about your aunt. But I know what to do. It's going to be difficult.
Давай.
You said you know what to do.
Tortured faces on the door and Crucios etched into the stone. My guess is if we cast the Cruciatus curse, the door will open. That's why Noctua died. She had no one to cast the curse on. Ominous has the most experience with this. He should cast it. You seem to be in Ominous's favor. Will you ask him about this?
He does seem a bit cross with you. I'll speak with him.
Good. Work your magic, so to speak. Wish we had some liquid luck.
All of this could have been avoided.
Ominous. I hadn't imagined we'd end up trapped like this.
Salazar Slytherin did. He's to blame for many unimaginable things. I overheard you and Sebastian, and I won't do it. The Cruciatus curse is pure torture. I would know.
Sebastian told me a little of what happened when you were young. Sounds as if you had no choice.
Should have known he would have told you. And one always has a choice. I'm as guilty as the worst of my family. Unforgivable curses won't work unless you really mean them. I had to want to cause pain, and for that I shall never forgive myself. That spells the reason I have no family left. You and Sebastian will need to sort out another solution. If you cast Crucio, you will regret it forever.
What do we do now? Ominous is not going to cast the Cruciatus curse again.
Ridiculous. As if dying in here is a better option than casting a damned spell. It's up to us. I can teach you Crucio, or I can cast it on you.
Wait, you didn't say you knew how to cast Crucio?
Because I'm not sure I do. Ominous knows that, yet he's left us no choice. I don't yearn to follow in Noctua Gaunt's footsteps. I think I can cast it if I have to.
Хорошо, и они.
I want to learn the curse, but I won't cast it on you. You need to cast it on me.
I shan't forget this.
Пробил. Пробил. F. Первая.
Ready? I'm ready.
Are you all right?
That pain, it was excruciating. But I'll survive. Let's keep moving.
We made it. We found Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium.
Revelio. I can't believe we're here.
Ух ты, граница. Да блин, нет, не то. Хватит тратить мои.
Sebastian, ominous. There's a book just here.
You found something.
You two go ahead. Let me know what's in it. I'll wander
Revelio.
around.
May I have a look?
Да. Пить тысячелетние отвары, да-да-да.
What do you think?
Looks like a spellbook of some kind. This is incredible. A Hogwarts founder's possession. What an honor. Still can't believe Ominous never told me about his aunt and what she found.
What will you do with Slytherin's spellbook?
What I do with every book. Read it. Having professors as parents ingrained that habit early on. But I can do that later. For now, I say we explore this room. It's breathtaking.
Revelio.
I don't want to leave, but I owe you. Both of you. Without both of you, we'd never have made it this far.
We were lucky. We could have died. We must swear never to do this again.
А, вон куда покинь. А вы чё?
I see a way out.
Best news I've heard all day.
Ominous. About your aunt.
Please, Sebastian. I
Sebastian,
meant
заткнись.
what I said before. We swear,
Ага.
right now, never to engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
Смешно.
Understood. I'm truly sorry about your aunt,
Кто
Ominous.
меня научит еще? Авада Кедаври,
I
например.
suppose after all this, I am grateful to know what happened to her. Thank you.
Всё? Всё. Ладненько. Я думаю, на этом мы с вами сегодня закончим. Давайте делаем сохранение. Так. Вот сюда, да? Угу. Сохранено. Да. Ладненько, всем спасибо за просмотр, подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, не забывайте про комментарии. Ну а я с вами прощаюсь ненадолго. Всем пока-пока.